You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers from September 2nd all the way through the 13th. Fiona Cook is in an absolute panic. Not Abby is digging around the mansion, and Stefan DiMera completely loses it. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to dive into all of the soapy goodness ahead these 2 weeks, starting with the action coming on Monday, September 2nd. So I expect we're going to see more of Gabi and EJ sexy bedroom action with them enjoying each other, but things are going to get a lot more serious later this week when they are caught with their hands in the cookie jar. Hattie has a warning for Bonnie Kiriakis. Paulina loses her temper with Abe, and Johnny finds out something about Chanel that bothers him. And I wonder if it's more about her and Alex, because Alex is supposed to be doing a Body and Soul audition, and Stephanie helps him get ready for it. Tuesday, September 3rd, Abe goes to Kate to vent about all his problems, and Chad goes to talk to Stephanie for help with Abigail. Since that's her cousin and, you know, she's known her for quite a long time, she's going to have happier memories to share, to maybe try and jar not Abby's, you know, fake amnesia loose. I mean, Chad's playing at a losing game since this chick's a liar. But I do think he wants to offer Abby a counterpoint to the poisonous things that EJ and Gabi have said to not Abby. Meanwhile, Johnny and Chanel are shocked to find out that Alex may be her soap opera on-screen lover at Body and Soul. Gabi and EJ acknowledge an undeniable truth, and I think it's that they enjoy being together in the bedroom, if not any place else. Meanwhile, Stefan runs into fake Abby, Fabby, as I like to call her, and it's not very friendly because Gabi told Fabby that Stefan slept with her alter when she was suffering from DID, and that has been equated over the years since it happened to as being tantamount to rape. I can see that because your alter really can't give consent, and it's just so messy. So I'm very interested to see what Fabby has to say to him. Wednesday, September 4th, Gabi tells Stefan what happened. She confesses he's going to bust in on her and EJ in EJ's bedroom, with Dan Feuerriegel being deliciously shirtless, by the way. And Gabi disrobed, but she puts on a robe, and I am absolutely certain she's going to say, yeah, I slept with your brother, and I loved it. She's not going to give Stefan a moment of peace. She's so mad. Leo tells Chad he's got to ditch his lady whistleblower gig over at the Salem Spectator because he is a newly minted featured soap opera writer now. So there's a fair amount of Body and Soul stuff this week, you guys. So if you don't like it, finger on the fast forward, just pretend it's not there. And Stephanie gets together with Fabby to talk to her about the past and just, her parents and childhood and her life in Salem, trying to get her to remember, which again, losing proposition because this chick is not Abigail Deveraux. Thursday, September 5th, we have Eric Brady back in Salem. He left, was it like 4 or 5 weeks ago, with Nicole and baby Jude to move to Paris for a new job. And my leaker said Eric's staying for 2 months. We'll see. But he definitely wants to be there for Brady. Brady is certain he ran over Sarah because he knows he was drinking that night. So he's assuming his guilt. His dad, John Black, doesn't want him presuming his guilt, doesn't want him confessing, and tells him, slow your roll, stop confessing to things. Let's see how things shake out and try and figure out what really happened. And Holly is appalled to find out from Tate that Eric killed her dad driving drunk. And I don't, nobody ever told her, oh, when your dad died, Brady got his heart. I wonder if she knows that part, but not how he died. It just seems so bizarre that she's, a teenager, but basically a young adult, and these lies have still kept going for this long. Sarah is at the mansion. She's getting used to her wheelchair. Her mom, Maggie, wants to help. Sarah's getting a little snappy about it. And Maggie's been there and done that. Remember, she couldn't walk for a while. So I think that Sarah's just feeling a little overwhelmed. Friday, September 6th, we've got an Eric versus EJ confrontation. I am very curious when and how this happens. Like if Eric marches over to the DiMera mansion to chew out EJ, maybe the divorce papers still haven't gone through. I'm definitely looking forward to an update on Nicole and Jude. Of course, we all know Ari Zucker is gone for good for standing up for people backstage. And then there's the whole lawsuit thing that she filed. And all right. And Holly is very upset when she finds out about a lie she has been told. And this is more on the Eric killing Daniel thing. And then Eric finds a very angry and betrayed looking Holly in the park. She is going to go off on him. And Sarah starts to get back some memories of the accident, not her full memories, but some glimpses are coming back to her that could break this whole thing wide open. Meanwhile, Justin is back with Brady as his lawyer, giving him some advice. Maggie is very hopeful that he can help Brady. She doesn't want to believe he did this, but she does understand, when you're an alcoholic and things get a hold of you. And, she and Brady have done a lot of talking about addiction issues. So she wants the best for everybody, which is understandable. The second week, the 9th through the 13th, Fiona is nearly out of time. Sarah's memories are returning. They're not fully back yet, but as they're coming in, she's going to realize, that wasn't Brady behind the wheel. That was somebody else. We'll see. Anybody else note that it's a little ironic that Brady Black has been arrested because of a lying woman who did a bad thing? That's exactly what happened to his son Tate Black, because Holly did a bad thing and then lied about him and let him take the fall for her. I just think it's kind of interesting, a little full circle action. Eric versus EJ's argument may carry over into the following week. I'm sure they both have lots of terrible things to say to each other. And I do wonder if Eric is going to ask EJ if he's the one who told Holly the truth. Hopefully she'll tell him it was Tate and not EJ. But since EJ threatened it, that may be Eric's assumption. Holly is reeling, Eric is like a dad to her, and then she finds out he killed her actual dad. And she's also got to be angry at Nicole for lying to her for all these years. And it's just a lot for her to deal with. Brady doesn't remember the crash. Both John Black and Justin want him to just stop confessing, stop talking to the cops. What's funny is I've seen some fans in the comments here suggesting that he get hypnotized by Marlena. I'm not sure hypnosis works on somebody who's blacked out from boozing and your eyelids are closed. I think you have to be present and seeing it, because he was completely eyes closed. Like he didn't see any of that wreck. Remember, he was slumped over. So I don't think hypnosis is a solution, because he already knows he was out drinking with Fiona. It's the rest that's a blank. Sarah is struggling to adjust to her new normal at the Kiriakis mansion, and limitations are frustrating her, and she's just having a really hard time. She had just gotten everything she wanted, and now it's all been taken away. And once she finds out it's Fiona, everything's going to blow up. Gabi and Stefan's war continues, but I'm wondering if Gabi is also going to continue her enemies with benefits things she's got going with EJ. I'd like to see it. I like them together. It's got some spice. After Gabi took a ride on the EJ train, his brother Stefan comes completely unhinged. He's going to want revenge on EJ, and I do wonder at what point he's going to stop asking Gabi to take him back and decide to destroy her in the divorce. It may take more than this, because he is a smitten kitten. Fabi, aka Fake Abby, starts poking around the mansion. Remember, she did all she could for Chad to leave her there. She needs to be there for a reason. We'll find out more soon. More Body and Soul eating up screen time in week 2, but let's hope not too much and just keep our fingers on that fast forward button if you don't like it. I'm sucking up and watching it so I can keep doing my job here, but not my favorite thing either. All right, those are our 2 week spoilers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please drop your comments. Please subscribe if you're not following joining us, and please come back soon. It's me, Belinda from Soap Dirt, talking days of our lives with you 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.